What do you say, everybody? Welcome to the Cubs baseball channel. A lot to talk about today. And I mean, we're kind of in that role right now as we get to the All-Star break. The Cubs are in first place, playing some pretty good baseball, getting ready for a couple of really interesting series with the Twins and then the Yankees and then the All-Star break, right? How about the beatdown that the Cardinals got on Sunday? They deserved it because when you ask them to like, subscribe, and give a thumbs up, they can't figure that out. You say hit the bell, they don't know what's going on. You Cubs fans got us covered on that. Let's get this show started. Lots to talk about as far as adding a pitcher, adding a third baseman to the Cubs' current roster. How about an all-star snub? And how about some other stuff? We'll get into all that right here on the Cubs baseball channel. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Let's go. Thanks for being here, guys, and let's get this thing started. Great to see you. Mick Gillespie at Broadcaster Mick on the socials, and always trying to get on here and talk some Cubs baseball with you guys. All right, let me get into a couple things. First off, I want to get right into the stuff that we wanted to talk about here early. Brian Hayes, could he be potentially someone that the Cubs are interested in adding to this roster? You know, I thought about it, right? A guy that, you know, made a run for the Rookie of the Year back in 2020, and ended up sixth in the voting, right? Won a Gold Glove in 2023. And the Tigers, the Yankees, and the Cubs are all kind of being rumored right now having interest in Hayes. That obviously the Cubs could use some help with their bench, right? But a guy batting .243 with 2 home runs and 29 batted in, I know he's a Gold Glove defender, but honestly, I feel like this doesn't work for me. You know, I mean, Matt Shaw has been equally as good. His defense has been, I think, you know, really good. And then, you know, you talk about the offense, it's coming around. But these numbers aren't blowing you off the board. I mean, is he going to help your bench? Yeah, I mean, and I guess that's kind of where you would look at it. The Cubs would love to upgrade the bench. I know that. But what are you going to give up for this? I mean, to me, this is a non-starter. Bob Nightingale kind of throwing it out there, the Cubs and the Pirates potentially talking. But the other talk right now is, what if the Pirates are leaking offers to build value for their players? Because that's kind of the word on the street too. Cubs have been kind of connected to Mitch Keller a lot. Are they serious about Mitch Keller? Like, is he someone that they're serious about? Yeah, I think they are. I mean, I think that getting a starter, a guy that gives you that many innings, a former All-Star, I believe that. And I think there's other teams that are interested in Mitch Keller as well. But at the same time, Ben Cherington leaking offers makes sense to me. And I think that this happens a lot. But the fact that it's being kind of reported that way is interesting to me as well. That tells me that there's probably some teams that aren't happy about their name being mentioned with, you know, with trade talks. And I mean, it's going on right now. I mean, like, the Cubs are definitely interested in adding a starter. They would probably love to add the right third baseman if they could get him, strengthen the bench by pushing Shaw that direction, maybe somebody in the bullpen. But at the same time, when you make, you make contact with another team, you expect that to be kind of held in confidence. And the fact that it's being reported that the Cubs are leaking offers is definitely another, kind of another wrinkle in this whole thing. And I'm looking for the Cubs to make a deal. I think that this is going to happen sometime soon. I think that the Cubs have basically, looked at their organization and are willing to trade most of the players that they have if they get the right deals that are in the minor leagues. This feels like a season for the Cubs with this front office. I've said this a million times. That isn't, renewed for next year, where they're trying to, if they don't win a contract extension with the Cubs, somebody else will hire them. And I think that there's a sense of urgency that I love. Look, let's go. Go out there and try to win it right now, but don't make mistakes that are going to hurt the franchise long term, right? So that's where we are right now. Now, let me bring this up. I talked about this yesterday. I'm going to talk about this again. Seiya Suzuki Snub is ridiculous, right? Leads the league with, over 70 RBIs. He leads the team with home runs, one of the best teams in baseball. Yeah, he's been a DH. I think there's a chance he still ends up on the team. I think that if somebody ends up getting hurt and can't go, I could see Seiya Suzuki being the first guy called in, and I think he deserves to be the first guy called in. But it is pretty ridiculous that after you have the type of season that Seiya's had, that you're not getting in. But then look at the two guys that beat him out, right? No one in baseball is beating Shohei Ohtani right now. I mean, he's the face of baseball. And he got more votes than anybody else. Well, him and Aaron Judge, right? So I think he was second Aaron Judge, but it doesn't matter. Like he's the top National League vote getter. And I mean, he's the face of baseball. I mean, he's the, this modern era Babe Ruth, right? And then the other guy's Kyle Schwarber. I mean, how can any of us argue with Kyle Schwarber? We all love Schwarbs, right? Like he helped us win a World Series. I still think that Seiya is, though, good enough to make it. I think Seiya is a complete hitter, that he's been so valuable to the Cubs. And I think when it's all said and done, that he is going to be on this all-star team. I think somebody's going to end up getting hurt or not being able to participate, and I think he deserves to be on there. But if he doesn't, it's a shame because he has certainly earned that. Talking about earned, how about Michael Busch wins the NL Player of the Week award? You put his numbers head-to-head with Freddie Freeman, and he beats him. And he's just in his second year. And I like Freddie Freeman. I think he's an excellent player, too. It's just a situation where the Dodgers went out. They paid Freddie Freeman a ton of money, and that's their first baseman. Cubs lucked up. They saw this. They kind of targeted him in the minor leagues. They went and got him. And he's turning out to be everything and more that you could hope for in a first baseman. His glove's great. He's becoming an excellent hitter. He's a big part of this Cubs team. And it's exciting kind of just to see him growing and growing as a player. And he made a push for the All-Star team this year. I knew he wasn't going to make it, but you know what? The guy made a push. And I think that's impressive as well. So, we'll see what happens there. But I think the guy's only going to keep getting better and better, as we move forward. So anyway, that's the show for today. I'm pretty pumped up about this Cubs team. And I think a lot of you guys are as well. With only 2 series remaining before the All-Star break, Cubs right now with a 3.5 game lead over Milwaukee. Great 30-16 record at Wrigley. They're 24-20 on the road this year. But what I love is there's a plus 126 run differential that I think is, to me, not only is it now by far the best in baseball, but it also shows you how good this team is, not just the fact that they can score runs, but that they prevent runs. Like the pitching's good, the defense is excellent, and so congratulations to them. And we'll play the Twins, we'll play the Yankees, and then we'll have the All-Star break. But they just when you think like, hey, this team's about to fall off, they figure out a way to circle the wagons, right? So pretty good 54-36 record so far. And, second best in the NL and one of the best teams in all of baseball. The other thing is that I love this. Like the Cubs playoff percentage, according to Fangraph, keeps going up, right? Cubs are a 76% chance to win the division, right? They are a 95.1% chance team to make the playoffs. And this one's the one that I really like. 6.5% to win the World Series. That's going up. It was like under 4. Then it was like under 5. Now it's 6.5% to win the World Series. So the Cubs got a lot of things going in their favor as they continue to build. So pretty exciting stuff as we follow this team every day. So anyway, Cubs will take on the Minnesota Twins. Kind of a weird, like not a matchup that you see a whole lot, but we'll take it. I mean, look, that's what interleague play is all about, right? Is that you have matchups that you wouldn't really see a whole lot. Cubs will have Shota Imanaga pitching against the Twins tonight. Simeon Woods Richardson for the Twins, 7:40 Eastern time, 6:40 Central time. That's the matchup. Anyway, thank you guys. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, get in the comments section. Appreciate you being part of what we do here on a daily basis. And guess what? We'll do it again tomorrow. It's just what we do here. Go Cubs.